Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a lot. And I'll give you a few things. By the way, I think my trips are the big because it just yeah, there's a very so I'm like, hey, this is cool. So hopefully you guys will do the same afterwards. Let me give you a few ideas here. Outside the box, creative, unique, off the wall. Um, Starting next year, I'm going to be teaching at a law school. Okay, of course, a law school. Law school. Now think about it. Third-year law students. What are they going to be? They're eventually going to be my clients. So who are they going to remember afterwards? You got to remember this. Where are they going to remember? You can do the same thing. Not have to teach law school, but here's what you can do. Very creative. Okay. Here's two things you can do. First one is every state's got associations. And of course, like for example, Illinois Association of Criminal Disorders. I belong to that association on that one of the committees. But one of the things they started doing with all these new young attorneys coming out is they're trying to help them. Because these attorneys don't understand, different things. They understand the practicalities of law. They understand, the reality about in the streets, what it takes to be witnesses, your discovery, and all the things we do every day. So, what they started doing is, I'm going to be touring different law schools. And I'm going to do like a little half-hour, 1-hour presentation, a little razzmatazz about different things you can learn if you join this association. Okay? Now I'm in front of all these law schools, all these different people there. So I get the one opportunity for all these people to start my business card out there, talk to my awareness, school mind, this, that, the other thing. But it gets better than that. Because what I talked to them about, they already mentioned this. And I said, I'll be part of it. You see why? I said, they said, you really need a mentorship program. Because these new young attorneys don't know. So they can call these attorneys up and ask them questions. Hey, how do I file this? How do I prepare this? But they also need a perspective as an investigator. How do I do this? How do I do that? But guess what? Guess who's going to be the mentor? Me. Now these new guys, new ladies, once they start really building their practice up, you know who they're going to remember? Me. Why can't you do the same thing in all your different states? Why can't you go in there and approach them? And offer these types of cool things. If we're proactive, say, hey, you talk about this. Because every association wants to increase membership, right? Here's the way to increase membership. So you know what? They're getting ready to start doing this in Illinois. Maybe you want to do this in Arizona. Maybe you want to do this here or there. If you need help with it, just call me. I'll get you the right people, show you how we're doing it. Now, if you want to do it on your own, be creative about it. We've all got law schools in fairly close regional areas where we live at, right? Contact the professors at the law school. Have I got an idea for you? Here's the idea. Most investigators, whether you're in security, whether you're investigators, doesn't matter. Most of them are not properly prepared and trained when it comes to testifying. The first time they learn to testify is when they're on the stand. It's too late then. So here's what I propose to law schools. I will send up my investigators to your law school. It's going to be great training for my investigators. But it's also great training for those law students who may eventually become your clients. They're going to remember you. See? So it's a win-win all the way around because my investigators really do need that training. Just all it takes is a phone call. That's all it takes. Professors on Colorado. This is great. This is the one component that is missing, in our courses. We're going to do this course. We're going to be doing about appraisal law school. This will be the first in the country that's ever been done. So we read about it in magazines all around. But it's going to be something that's going to take us to a practical application. Forget forget about all the books. Let's get to the streets. Let's talk about it. You can do the same thing. You can offer these type of things. The associations, every business association, regular bar association, there's corporate association, doesn't have to be attorney. But that's when you start thinking outside the box. Yes, sir. Right. Good. We call that an aha moment. And, I can remember when I had National Association of Colorado, they far as contact. I mean, I was going, but my business was my partner. That's the place to go. So like you say, they are the gatekeepers. If they like you, and here's like something I'm trying to end here in presentation. We're going to talk a little bit here about the lunch and learns. All right? And the lunch and learn that I'm going to do, I'm going to give away some gold. I'm going to show them some really cool tricks and tips for these websites that they don't know nothing about. I'm not going to try to target folks the attorneys. I want the gatekeepers. Because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make their life easier. I'm going to make it look like a rock star. And then more than likely, 90% of them will not retain what I just told them. They're going to call me. Hey, what was that? Can you help us with this? We lost this witness. Can you help us with this? Now, all of a sudden, my name is out there in front of them. I've got in, if it's a big law firm, I've got an opportunity going there. I just, they just see me. I'll give them something that's going to be very beneficial. So the gatekeepers, I think, is really important that the associations they belong to. Yeah, a lot of people miss that. Thank you very much. That's light bulb. Okay, our industry itself. 5 billion annual growth, 2.4% employment. Depending on what industry stats look at, 50,000, 2,000 people in our industry. Businesses 400. Maybe a little bit more, but just to give you an idea, 2.4% growth in our industry. This just came out last week. I got this. I was now or one of them, research China. They just did a survey. And it shows various investigations on the rise. As you can see, due diligence and infidelity are two of the big areas that's on the rise. I'm going to give you a really cool thing now. You haven't made money yet. We're going to talk about Raphael Jorge, rji.com is his website. Phone number is 800-344-4754. You all familiar with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA? If you're not, you really need to understand this. Not so much for us, but for our clients, because when you sent this to me, I started thinking about a case we're doing right now, that we're doing a really due diligence, extensive background check on this doctor, and I'm thinking, did they do this correctly? Because I'm like, wait a second, we're a correct consumer reporting agency, I got to make sure this is all protected. Because here's why. And this is going to be a thing that you can be able to go out in front of literally anybody that owns a business and say, did you know? And they're going to say, let me read this to you. Negligent hiring is defined as employer's failure to exercise reasonable caution when hiring an employee. Today, courts are increasingly holding employers financially and legally responsible for illegal or violent actions by employees who are not subject to reasonable pre-employment screenings. Courts are declaring that the employer is legally responsible for what they know and what they should know about the employees. Employers lose. Now listen to this. This is something you take out and talk about. They lose approximately 70% of negligent hiring cases with payments to the injured party averaging in excess of $1.6 million. Here's just a couple of examples. A nursing home was found liable for $235,000 for negligent hiring of an unlicensed nurse with numerous prior criminal convictions who assaulted an 80-year-old visitor. A furniture company was found to be liable for $2.5 million for negligent hiring and retention of a delivery man who savagely attacked a woman customer in her home. These are things that we can take out to the streets, talk in front of your chamber, talk in front of the Rotary Club, the Optimist Club, the Elks Club, the Women's Club, whatever, and educate these people. Did you know? It gives you a reason. Did you know? Maybe to create a press release, and say, don't let this happen to you. Do you know who you hire? And guess what? You got the solution. You can educate them about fair credit reporting. Because what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to go to this attorney who's been a seasoned attorney 25, 30 years and say, excuse me, but you guys have this stuff in place. Now, you may be a little offended at first, but guess what? In the big, long picture things, he may be very appreciative of what I did at the time, the research. Those are the type of things I'm talking about when we're trying to think about things we can use to create opportunities for ourselves. So being reactive, like most people are, be proactive. Give them education, give them information. Like Zig Ziglar said, the more you get, you'll give, the more you'll get. I didn't understand some of these slides, so I apologize for that. Please, yes, sir. I have a nationwide background screening check. And so that would be a good opportunity to go in and educate them about here's what you need to know. And then you become the expert. That's a niche. They said, we're just going to start using you because apparently you know what you're talking about. This other company may got this into a lot of trouble. And if you just protect them from that. Wait, before you do this, we need to do all this due diligence stuff. Interesting, they show here that surveillance of workers' comp is going down. A lot of people say it's because of the new healthcare laws and the law act and things like that. I still think there's opportunities out there. We saw statistics like, oh my God, this guy's falling. But I want to share those things with you. Percent of increase in views by investigation type. One of the top ones on here, cell phone forensics. When people are searching, they search the term cell phone forensics. What does that say? That says every one of us should have a cell phone forensics expert that we are using or have contact with or know how to reach out to or get some kind of subcontractor, contractor, even place, because this is the thing we start to understand and look at. So you can get an idea as far as the year is. Next area is bug sweeps. Bug sweeps is other people look into. I think my house is bug. I think I'm gonna get that. I think my ex is gonna house bug. You don't know what's going to cost? Oh, well, never mind. It is not. That'll give you an idea. For the border. Oh, yeah. Right. The border. Yes. There you go. See, you can hook up with Terry in the Midwest. I got Donnie on the East Coast here, and you can say, okay, Terry, tell me what you're going to charge me. I hate getting on these lists where they say, we're going to pay you $45 an hour against my this or that. What? You know, you tell me what you want to make, and then I just upsell from there. Why should he have his rates? He's got something I need, you know, should be the client on the other end. That's the big price. You know? Things we never thought about, you know, as far as when you're trying to educate an attorney. I get on the witness stand all the time and say, well, what's an investigator do? What's a legal investigator do? What do you do? You know? This is where back from. You know? We're impartial and objective. We're seekers of the truth. We go out and find the facts. You know, we review the discovery. We analyze the case. We locate and interview witnesses. Go out and practice. You know, these are the type of things when you're talking to an attorney, whether it's a criminal attorney, a civil attorney, you know, if you're somebody in a corporate arena or something like that. What can you do for me? You need to answer those questions, you know, when I don't do what I said about well. Locate, interview, evaluate credibility of witnesses. Research, background of victims, personal witnesses, and experts. Like I said, just because somebody says they're an expert doesn't mean they're an expert. Locate, interview case-specific experts, canvass and crime scenes, subpoena, manage witnesses. There's a whole litany of different things that we do that we don't think of. You know, how many are investigating? How many do security? How many do local? We act as a liaison. A lot of times, you know, we're the only person that the attorney, I mean, the client has contact with. The attorney takes the retainer and they never see it hardly. We're that in between person that tries to keep committing the offenses. Trial preparation, prepare trial exhibits, including maps, large photos, diagrams, overlays, jury instructions, pick up and review records. You know, one thing I want to definitely suggest we start doing is, because it's very, very lucrative for us to start doing, is doing background checks for the entire jury. Okay. Deep web, social media, trust me. Criminal cases, especially the high end, definitely cases again. That's all part of it. The ABA Journal recently said that attorneys should scour the internet, social media for postings. All right. You get into the white collar defense, you know, you get the high end civil cases, they want that edge. No matter what slight edge it is, they want that edge. These are the type of things we can offer. And one thing I would also suggest you start educating them about, if you've got Twitter, if you've got a case that's got Twitter, if you don't understand anything about Twitter, contact me. Seriously. Very seriously. I did the Ferguson deal. Let's do it on my own. I GPSed the location, the exact location where that shooting happened. All the tweets going on. There's a conversation going on. It's not even mainstream media. Right here, the first time here. But there's a conversation going on about look at the video in the store and then the crime scene. He has sandals on in the store, the finishes on the crime scene. I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying it was there. We found all kinds of pictures you'll never see anyplace else. Now, how powerful is that? Not just on criminal cases, but civil cases. You got a case that just happened. You got a wrongful death case that just happened. And it was out there on the interstate. You know, those people out there, what are they doing? Taking pictures or tweeting about it. If they've got GPS enabled on their phones, guess what? You can get it. How powerful is that? Yes.
That's how we
Yes. Absolutely. And I'll give you a secret. Here's a place you can go. If you don't know Twitter, it will educate you how to use Twitter. It's called Hootsuite. 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 This is what all your competition in any kind of industry uses. Like, for example, Taco Bell wants to know what McDonald's is talking about. You know, Walmart wants to know what Kmart is talking about. They will plug in these names, and if those keywords pop up anywhere along the way, the tweet will show. So they can monitor. what's going on. Now, how can you use that in your business? Maybe there's, like you said, GA, some, you could have put that term in there. And if anything go on about that, boom, you're able to track stuff. These are the type of things, when you start talking to your clients, whether corporate attorneys are going, those are the type of things that say, you've got a really powerful resource. First, you need knowledge. Knowledge is power. That's where we come in. Like, we're the professionals. We know how to do these things, get this information. When I do jury research, I can tell you if somebody's not really doing it, what political party they're at. How powerful is that? That's really, so those are the type of things that set us up to why they should use us. We talk about records research. I'm going to give you a secret with the records research. Okay, back to the bank and use in the future background check to do people. Familiar with FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests? Okay, I'm going to give you a website to go to. It's free. InternetSleuth.net. InternetSleuth.net. Well, my investigators designed that website. And probably 90% of the sites on there are free. So what you want to do, Internet Sleuth, SLEUT.net. What you want to do is you want to do the thing called FOIA, F-O-I-A, FOIA. You click on FOIA, it's going to take you to a site that basically will generate a template for you. Whatever state you're in, it will generate the statutes pursuant to the FOIA request. Now, I'm going to give you a secret of how to do creative background checks that will set you above everybody else in here, areas that you know background. Here's all you got to do. When you're doing a background check, always ask criminal, civil records, things like that. Okay, that's fine. But let's say, for example, you want to do a background check. You would find out, first of all, where I live at. Okay? Those various communities, whether it be a state agency, a local agency, a county agency, whatever, you find that all out. Put your addresses for that. And you say, I want any and all known records. Keyword, any and all known records. Not just any and all records, but any and all known records. So Kevin W. McCain, DOB, 83160. No, you can so. Anyway, do that. That list him as with keywords. A suspect, a victim, a complainant, witness, person of interest, or informant. Suspect, witness, complainant, victim, person of interest, or informant. Now, what have you just done? Anytime that law enforcement agency ever had contact with that person whatsoever, you're going to get reports. You also want to ask them in what jurisdiction they're in, they want to ask what's called contact. Okay? Then you also want to do the check and balance. Then you want to find out every place I've ever lived at during those time of residency up there. Now you want every incident report, call detail logs, if there's police transmissions, if there's a 911 calls, whatever. You want all that information, all those various places, and do it as a FOIA request. Okay? I can show you, I don't have it here with me, but we did this on one particular case, and people could not believe what they saw when I got back. There's a background, it was a homicide case, it was a retrial murder case. I'm canvassing the neighborhood, but they believe that's people. Canvassing the neighborhood, not about people who say this one is crazy. So I did a background check on her, like I just talked about. I knew I hit a nerve when the guy who's doing the request for me at the law enforcement agency sends me back a thing and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make this in time because I've been working on this every day since you sent it here. I got back 600 pages of documents, copied front and back on this record. Now keep in mind, she's the eyewitness. I had one police report that said when she gets her glasses knocked off, she's legally blind. So the eyewitness who didn't have a glass on was told to see a guy do his thing, had a glass on. But it gets better than that. One of her reports talks about how she see this man in black standing by her driveway. It looked like it was casting a spell on her house. Serious. The truth is there. We're on the eve of trial. We filed a motion for competency about this witness. The prosecutor was livid, not with us, but with the detective. The detective had numerous dealings with this woman. I mean, she was called 911. Someone stole some of her tomato plants. I'm serious. There was reports like that. What was we found through the reporting reports? Okay. We just got done a background check on a guy that tried to get his history on workers' comp investigation. I did one particular police department on this guy. Local jurisdiction. We've got over 50 files on this guy. 50 different police reports. Now that client is going to say, dude, what are you doing? You know, it's right in those forward reports. Yes, sir.
Typically, how long does it take to get to the response? I did report that a long time ago, and I believe that people that were exploded, and then they figured that I wanted to get back from the reports.
It depends on what jurisdiction. Like, for example, I have to say I go to Virginia, and since I'm not a citizen, they're not well in Virginia, they're not going to be nothing. You know, so it really depends on what jurisdiction. Was that?
Whatever they wanted to go through.
You get me? Yes, if they use their laws. Who's problem? Federal government. They have to. Transparency. But it works. I mean, do those FOIA requests can't give you a lot of intelligence with the FOIA. So those are the type of things that we can educate clients. How can we help them? You know, our lawyers use it around investigators, credentials, practical work experience, resourcefulness, specialization, thorough reputation, affiliation. You know, these type of things we talk about. My buddy John Lito over here told me how he started his own business. He just got started going knocking door to door on attorneys, on clients. Whoever was in the building he was renting from, guess what? He educated himself to all those people. You know? That's what we gotta do. We gotta let people know. You're in a building, you know, strip mall, wherever you're at, let people know what you do. They don't know what you do. How can you help me? What kind of work you do? You're like shooters. No, here's what we do. You know? That's the most important thing. Again, like Ed Takeout talked about his role. How he would go around knock on doors and say, hey, give me your case nobody else wants. I'll work it out. You know, if I don't get the result you want or get the permission you need, I'll go to prison. It's an opportunity. Those type of things. Part of my business that I developed over around St. Louis was all based on one case I did for free. Real simple. I had a DUI case. Another attorney referred me to this attorney. I've been trying to get into this law firm for like 3 or 4 years. I've done everything. I'm like, I'm stabbed. I'm like, hello, I'm talking to that. Yeah, I've done all this stuff. You know, and I can't get my foot in the door. Well, lo and behold, this attorney is working with a partner in the firm. He needs my help. Yeah. The small-minded guy would say, well, yeah, I'll do it for $1,500. But the bigger picture guy, the lifetime value guy, said, I'll help you. And I'm not going to charge you. You believe in this fact so much, I'm going to help you. Really? I knew how much I would do. Next thing you know, what am I doing? I'm going over for meetings at the law firm. I'm meeting the partners. Hey, John, how are you? Hey, Jim, how are you? Now, speed forward. 10 years later, guess what? I do all work for that law firm. The partner who I did the free case for, he's down at another law firm with his father, who was a California judge, came back out and started his own firm. Those two guys, those two firms, I referred to so much business all around the state for one free case. That was it. One free case. Paid out to this. When you think about that, you're good at this. ABM. It's not an awesome vowel. Always be marketing, okay? Always be marketing. Always think Always be looking at people, opportunities, because they're there. Everywhere we look, people wherever we're at, there's always opportunities. I used to be in radio. I used to be a general sales manager. I used to be a new business development manager. You know, always creating, optimal packages and things to help my clients. All right. How many times we've been guilty of somebody coming into our office with the latest, greatest advertising package, newspaper thing, whatever, sponsorship, this, that, and the other thing, and you're like, everything advertising along. Okay, come on. All right. And they're saying, this is the latest, greatest thing, we'll be showing there for this next month. And you sign up for that. That's matter. Okay. Well, here's the thing that they don't want you to know. There's three phases we're actually going to do advertising. Three phases that they do not want you to know about because this affects everything you do. Now, when I was doing new business development and things like that, I went in and met with a client and I said, I want to understand your business. Tell me about your business so I can figure out some problem-solving solutions for your business. But most of my competition would go in, here's our latest package, here's our rate schedule, blah, 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 blah. Now, first of all, if you're going to do any kind of advertising, figure out what your message is. What do I want to say? What is my message? What message do I want to say? Then we want to figure out who's the market. Who's the market we want to target with that message? Then, the final is the media. What media? Or a lot of times we'll do media mixes. We're going to big advertising campaigns. I highly recommend doing a multi-media mix. Mix, paper with radio or billboards or something else, where you got different types of media to see or hear. So, for example, here's a message. Experience in crime scene investigations from law enforcement background. Experience in legal investigations from law firm experience. Only investigator to offer a money back guarantee. That could also be considered a convenience selling. That's the message. That's the message I want to come across. You think about it now for your own areas like that, what kind of message you're going to do. Then we're going to say, okay, what market do I want to target? What market is it? Well, I want to go after civil attorneys within a 100-mile radius. Or I want to go after criminal attorneys within a 100-mile radius. Better yet, I want people that got money. $150,000 a month. Well, that's what I'm trying to reach. This particular market. Okay? So you identify the message, the market. Then we go to the media. Then we figure out what media we want to use. We want to use print. Anybody ever use radio or TV? Anybody? What's in your success? There you go. How about you? Do you have like is it more like you're geared for a certain area or subject?
It's always it's on TV, it's on channel, it's always
So you're targeting right towards that news people focus on. Anybody else, please? No. Thank you. There you go. Yeah. Next Sunday morning. We can get ready to do a little road show here. Now it's wild.
I will tell you, one of the things that really good vacation.
Really? Oh, because they give you the vacation for buying a package?
TV station is
Okay. Social media. How many people got Facebook page? Yeah. How about YouTube? You want to do YouTube? YouTube's it's a hot new area. We probably all start doing more of. Because it's so easy. It's like the second largest, internet site out there. LinkedIn. How about LinkedIn? We'll find out some creative ways to use LinkedIn. That'd be cool. I'll give you a creative way to use LinkedIn. That should be cool. First of all, you got your competition out there because they're not here, so I'm gonna talk about it. Right? You got your competition, they're on LinkedIn. And go to their contacts. See their contacts. But most people will not hide their contacts. They don't realize they do this. So now you know who all their businesses are, who they're doing business with. Now, LinkedIn has been changing, so maybe you can't get direct contact and say, I think I'll hook up with you. But what you can do is find out what groups they're affiliated with. Then what you do, you join those groups. Then you take it one step further, then you're in those groups, you want to start communicating. You want to start offering advice, the information. You become the go-to source, the resource. That's what they're talking about. And so indirectly, you're actually getting your message to them. Okay? It's a creative way. Now, what I did was because I went in and I basically I went in and connected with them. I mean, literally, I just went in and finally get to take you. Well, that time I had it worked out, but because LinkedIn said we should be selling you this stuff, you know, I already got it done. So, but like for example, we'll talk about lead generation here in the LinkedIn stuff because I tried this out a while back. There's a guy out on the West Coast, Paul Ted Perdue. I can't pronounce his name, but it's P-R-O-D-E-A-N-O-U. He wrote a book for entrepreneurs about LinkedIn, how to do LinkedIn. Get a chance to go to his website, check it out. It will help educate you about LinkedIn. So I decided to put it to the test. What's that? I think it's P-R-O-D-E-A-N-A-U. I apologize for what you did. I think it was close to it. But I want to test it out. Like I said, my website right now is kind of it was a brochure for a long time. I'm starting to change it over for the past year. I just had to go and advertise it. That's true. See my video. So kind of just slowly do it. But anyway, I want to test it out. So one of the conferences I did several months ago, I started plugging in information. Okay, just let people know. And how I did it is I offered advice. Yeah, they're talking about, hey, how do you do this right here? So then I would give out some information for free. Here you go. You know? And then you'd have people then respond back privately to you, like, there's some other stuff going on. And I'd say, oh, by the way, I'm going to be out here. I haven't solicited, they contacted me. They created the lead there. So I started setting up a thing on my website, which hopefully you all know this, is Google Analytics. Google Analytics is basically will study your website, see how much traffic you're getting to it, where your traffic is coming from, what cities, what towns, what countries, how many percentages of current visitors versus returning visitors, how long they're watching pages, all kinds of great information. So I thought, okay, so I tested the waters with it. Holy cow. My website gets put up like that. Still to this day, I've got over 90% of new visitors to my website. 90% new visitors. So here's what I'm getting ready to do. What are my secret? When you take it and say, what are you doing? I've got a report that's free intelligence. This free intelligence report is a report that will come through anybody, not just attorneys, not just investigators, not just corporate, it's criminal public also. Social media apps that are watching you. Did you know they're out there? If you've got family members, they're on Snapchat, doing things like that, oh my God, they need to be aware of this. So it's a free intelligence report. That's free. That's it. It's free. It is a very extensive report that we did. Okay. The diesel paint at the end, we have the same part of it. They're all studying that passage. What's that? Right? So it's a free intelligence report. So what I'm going to do, when I go into my groups, which you all can set up, I got 50 different groups on your LinkedIn profile. You target the areas that you want to focus on. 50 different groups. So what I will do is I'll put together, kind of like a press release or something. It's going to be directed to my website for a free report. It's going to hit over 50 groups. That's all I have. 50 groups is probably close to 300,000 people. You know what I said? Yeah. Some of these groups got tens of thousands of people, other than 6,000, whatever. So then all I got to do is I direct them in to go to my website. Go to my website, there's what's called an opt-in. The opt-in is a little blank that you see them all. It says, put your name here, put your email here, click on this, boom. Then I'll be sending them a report. This is the thing I say, X also wants this report. I send it out. Now, why have I just done that? This is things we don't understand in our industry. Attorneys don't get it. Most people don't get it. I've created a lead. Better yet, I haven't just created a lead, but I've created an opportunity because what this person has done is say, hey, I'm here. I want to know what you got to say. So now I'm not soliciting them. They've already contacted me. Okay? That's how you create leads. That's how you market your business. You know? And now I've got all these different people. I haven't done it yet because they don't have my website set up. People that want that set up. Well, do all the response back to it. So I don't have customers sitting there. That's how you create leads. That's how you kind of use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a powerful tool. If you're in the business world, the corporate world, you deal with attorneys, legal people, you want to find out, like, okay, who's all on LinkedIn at this certain corporation? Now, who's the contact people, for this certain corporation? I've been company in. This will show you everybody on LinkedIn, where they're located at. And guess what? Hey, so-and-so's got a birthday coming up or something like that. I always say, congratulations. Out of my awareness. People like that stuff because nobody says thank you anymore. Hey, good job. Congrats. You know? And put their name in. Don't just put the generic congrats. You know? You want to say congrats, Jim. Great job. See you in Colorado. Whatever. It's personal. But LinkedIn is a powerful tool for you to use. Blogs, anybody do blogs? Yeah, blogs is another powerful tool to use. Of course, websites. We talked about this earlier, unique selling positions. Here's some other ones. Unique selling position. I would like to say this. I'll sell your house in 90 days, or I'll buy it myself. Pretty powerful selling position. Thinking of the other guys in the industry going to do that? Probably not. That puts him way up here, way low, You'll love our food, or the next meal is free. It's going to get you the mindset about why you need that. Thinking outside the box. I love this. I record all these different shows all the time. Shark Tank. Everybody watch Shark Tank? One of my favorite shows. Why? Because it talks about business and what people need to do to make businesses work and how to do a business and what's required of a business. And again, plus, you can get ideas. And use a term here, swipe and report. Okay? I've taken ideas from Shark Tank. Guys coming on there. Modify it a little bit, fit your particular industry. I've got one right now. We're just waiting to get the final weight on it. We're going to work with 100 companies. I saw the guy on TV and I thought, I like that idea. I think I can do it. It's applied to a different part. The stuff is there. The pitch, advertising, have a TV program, profit, C-suite, 48 hours, dateline. Why do I do that? Because, hey, Mr. Attorney, I just saw this information. I touched the name. This may help us on our case. You know about that? Yeah, no, Boom. You're thinking. You're getting opportunities in front of them all the time. That's a leverage. That's a creative. One good. Got that real life with that thing with that real work. Reading in print. Wall Street Journal. Entrepreneur Magazine. Small business opportunities. You're going to see one here in a little bit. Small business opportunity. It's going to blow you out of the water. You're going to say, why? It's surprising. PI Trade Journals, magazines, PI Magazine, one of the best magazines out there. Background reporting is another good one. There's several out there. Local, regional, national papers, classifieds. Now, why the heck do you look at classifieds? Those are people who are hiring. Those are people who are needing background checks. Due diligence requests, workers' comp. These are people that are growing. That's why you look less. I'm not crap out of that. But that's the knowledge. Service with a smile. Let's talk about this as far as you use your phone. Let that person see the smile on the other end. Don't do the cop talk thing in your form of law enforcement, McCain, investigations. It's gonna happen, man. I mean, you gotta talk to people. They gotta know that people concerned is how you approach them. It's a little bitty thing. To warm up people. Call my phone number. Call 877-532-1152. 24-hour number. The first 50 seconds is my message, my greeting to you. And I always got a live voice all the time. Always have a live voice. Don't have an answering machine. Why? Because if you're like me, if I need to call somebody, I need it done now. And I don't know when you're answering your machine or whatever. I want a live voice. A lot of guys will have this answering machine. It's like, oh, they're going to get back to it. What's your current advertising marketing tool say about you? How do your clients contact? I always say, we got 24-hour answering machine at the service. Think about this. One more call a day. One more call a day. 250 additional calls a year. That's a lot for vacation, holidays, all that other stuff. But just taking that time, make one more call. Set aside time, either weekly, daily, whatever works for you, but give yourself time to do marketing. In that hour's time, or whatever it may be, that it's making you money. Guess what? That makes you feel good, right? I did something positive at least besides, engineering long styles. Talking to somebody after 5 o'clock, holy cow, you working after 5? I can't believe that. I have attorneys will send me an email saying, who have you been using? I mean, seriously, we work on weekends? I'm like, wow. When I said radio, I used to do 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I'm going to get to a couple real good things. Try to get 10 notes a day. What's that mean? You're out talking to people, getting multiple people to talk to. And love the way you're thinking, yes, no, maybe, things like that. Talk to them in the morning. I don't think you that. Because these are some of the creative things in that. Think like that. Repo companies. Operation Repo. There's the big series Operation Repo. Things like that. What do we do? Especially if you got a process serving business, a large investigation company, we're driving around everywhere. Where are all these other places the repo companies are same places? Why don't we become their eyes and ears? Become the bird dog for them. Yeah. We'll be your bird dog. We find them, place the feed, but on the back end, we also get process. Don't cost us any money. Our guys are around there doing stuff. Also contact credit companies, the ones who finance these buy here, pay here places and stuff like that. They would love stuff like this. TLO has got a great new product. If you don't have it, you should get it. Vehicle siding report. It is so cool. You get a license plate, especially if you're a big market or something like that. What they have, they brought up all these repo companies now that these license plate readers on the front of their vehicles. They're driving around all over the country. They're reading license plates. They're giving GPS location and time, date, stuff like that. How powerful tool we have now. We can take that to financial institutions. Seeking centers. You ever heard of this? She was a licensed private investigator. She came up with this idea about background checking babysitters. Great idea, right? Safety, security, protection. She started this out. Okay. She is now up to over 100 franchises and company owned. They now expanded into doing house sitting, pet sitting. It's unbelievable. But what it really bothers me the most today is why did not a private investigator, professional investigator, come up with that idea? Why are we letting somebody outside our industry tell people, who's good, who's not good? We're the ones that should be telling that. Let's look at another opportunity like that slip by. Cheaters beware. We'll get high-end domestic clientele because that's a growing area. I hate it, but I like money. So here's what we're going to do. Where do people talk about cheating at all the time? The gyms, at the nail salons, at the hairstyling salons, right? Contact the people at these places and say, hey, here's my cards. All right, on the back of my cards, let me know if it's going to come in, need a referral. I'll give you $100 They come in, I'll give them 10% off or something like that. Nobody gives that. All these people are now marketing. It costs you much, doesn't it? High-end clientele, trust me, you get work out there. We all, everywhere in the country right now, there's the economy issues, there's comes to collections of monies with our city governments, our county governments, and our state governments. My particular county back home had over $3.5 million owed in outstanding monies that nobody had ever gone after. Yeah. Why can you not contact your local counties and offer, some kind of solution on the go with, work with an attorney? This is a great way to get an attorney to work with you. Say, hey, how about we go together on this recovery on this money? And we're going to have a research meeting or something like that. He is really big business. It's going on a lot right now. Judgment recoveries, anybody do that? Judgment recoveries, how you do it? You good? Anybody else back here? Judgment recoveries, I think, is another hot topic. 80% of judgments will come from a lot of them are just pretty easy to find assets, right? You just don't have to be creative, go backwards, find a paper trail. You find an aggressive attorney just wants to make a name for themselves in their market. Say, hey, I'll work with you on this. It'll work. We talked finally about the lunch and learn. Lunch and learns are great. You can do this for any kind of industry, whether it's a corporate setting or the attorneys or whatever it may be, offer to come in and buy lunch for other paralegals, the gatekeepers, and educate them. Show them how they can use the internet to their benefit. And some cool websites and things like that. Everybody wants to know that. How do you do this? How do you do that? It works. It works. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. But like I said, if you need any help, I'm offering to help do a 1-hour marketing makeover, free, complimentary. Okay? All you got to do is email me. Steve, I just said, hey, give me your card, and I don't get in contact with you. So if you email me, then I got to read you back. All right? So it's a 1-hour marketing makeover for free. Realize your industry, your region, send you out a marketing checklist to figure out exactly what you're trying to target. And I will do my research, and I'll give you a laser guided report and analysis to try to help you hopefully make money with this. Thank you very much. God bless
Can you share your slides?
with this group, so thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.